You're listening to BS Radio, BKQQ. So what's up, guys? It's DJ Nate with NDS Radio, BKQQ. So got something to kind of maybe get off my chest, though, and then I'll get real excited. You'll definitely talk. Thing is, when you have somebody, lesson learned here, guys. Seriously, when you have somebody that you think you know, um, and of course, see the only reason that a person like me would change is dealing with people that, to me, I think are jealous. I don't really think they would be. To be honest with you, it wouldn't. But you got an individual that's very controlling, put it that way, and then claims that they took your daughter from them, which kind of funny. Um, Seriously, I mean, you want to laugh about that one? It's just one of those real things there. I mean, yeah, seriously, that's what I'm gonna do. Is the reason I say it's funny is because when you live, like I did in Campton, and money gets hard though. That's everybody though. Trust me, it is. And then you have to move back in front of the parent. You know, uh, what did I say earlier that I took their child? I mean, like, laugh again, please. Please. You know, the thing that Mower Mallory is always grow up. Like it's time to grow up. Seriously, like I'm dead serious. Um, when you got somebody that you thought loved you, and you loved them at the time too, that would cry. I've got witnesses on this one too, guys. They would cry in the middle of the church, and everything, and they had a reason to cry too, because the mother accuses them this and that, and just makes them feel like they're down and everything. And then in the end, the mom still wins. Um, I got news for them. They didn't win against me, not by far. The only reason a person like me with left is because they didn't want their son to see constant fighting and everything though with someone that needs to grow up. Seriously. Just because they can do without a man or they think they can doesn't mean everybody else has to either. And the reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is I'm getting tired. I'm not saying anybody's individual's doing it though, but all these years, I'm getting tired of somebody going around telling government or whoever it is though is that I'm mentally abusive or things like that too though when that's a load of hogwash. I mean, I'm being honest with you. The reason I would react or get that upset or even have a panic attack, which by their far they didn't even know I had. But yeah, I had two of them the same day, and they think that I'm all this and that. Though is well, then they didn't know me as much as they thought they did then, because there was so much more good to me than they wanted to care about. So, guys, what I'm saying is, fight for what you believe in, because I'm going to. I'm taking this matter to court. I'm going to win. That's how it is. I don't care how long it takes, because in the end, I'm the one that wasn't guilty. So, just a little bit of a excerpt there for you guys, though. But don't worry, we're going to talk about the abandoned places. I got there. But it kind of it's going to sound weird. It kind of goes with the abandoned places, though. Right? Um, a person gets accused that he's abandoned when he didn't do that. I had to leave the property because once again, a person whines like a little baby, calls the owner. Oh, this and that and everything though. And I even guys, I'm serious. So this is funny. I even had state troopers laughing at that, laughing at her, saying, "What in the world?" I said, "Yeah, guys, that's what I deal with." Because yeah, you're right. The owner may own the property, but legally though, they still couldn't stop me from seeing my son because I have legal rights. Um, one way or another, how it ever plays out. So, I mean, I keep confident about the issue. I love my son, and I always want to not let him know that I do love him. But If any of you all know any lawyers, legal people, no matter what there though is, reach out to them if you can. For me though, you don't have to do the whole thing for me, no. But tell them the issue. If you guys got my number, send them the number, whatever, because I do need it. I'm taking this on like bull of horns, Texas. I'm not kidding. I'm sick of it. I'm a good father, as well as you guys are good fathers out there too, um, and all that good stuff. So let's fight for what we believe in, and let's also do that too, though, with these abandoned places. So see, it kind of weaved it in, things like that too, though. So we were talking about Six Flags New Orleans. Well, now I wasn't able to still look up any more stuff on it though, but I'm starting to remember some things I did learn. So we'll just go with that part because I know something that well, if you guys know it too, though, we had a Sea World near us. It's up in Ohio. Now it's abandoned. They're going to a lot of these places. What they're doing is when they abandon them, kind of like with excuse me, Chippewa Lake, is as of this year, it's going to be completely flattened if they haven't already. It's going to be turned into a regular park and stuff. I hate to see the rides go, but guys, it's not like they were getting any attention, I guess. But New Orleans is what I'm doing is I'm trying to weave this in here. New Orleans, the issue with it is where it costs so much to tear the stuff down because it's not just like, oh, it's going to cost to build. No, that's it too, but it also costs to bring it down as well. So when you are an owner of the park, almost about the same, and you leave it abandoned. Now, of course, in this case of Six Flags New Orleans, is when Six Flags left. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know why they call it still Six Flags anymore. I guess it's just signs, I guess. But it's not Six Flags don't own it no more. But I guess I mean I think Six Flags is kind of a ring, but yeah, kind of has a ring to it, doesn't it? So we'll just call it Six Flags. How about that thing? You know. But here's the thing, guys. Megazeth, I was talking about earlier. Megazeth is at least in that particular area is the biggest wood. I mean, you guys, this is a monster. Percy Jackson, or the actors and stuff, they used this as one of their backdrops. Where and I have not seen Percy, although I think I got it on DVD over there. So it's kind of like, well, dang, aren't you going to? I mean, I forgot I even had it. I think I'm pretty sure I do have it over. I just don't have the first one again. But the whole enchilada, the enchilada of the Taco Bell here, put it this way, is the mega theft. Another reason why it's even super strength down there is because they had to pretty much redo a lot of it, where some of it was in bad shape. But guys, when you have metal that's just only been rained on, it hadn't really flooded. Because guys, if you look at some of these pictures now, along this way or next week though, and everything, I think I can put different pictures up there though. I'm gonna see if maybe there's a presenter that Restream kind of deals with, it's free or something. If there is, I will bring the pictures automatically back and start talking that way. So don't worry, guys. If you haven't seen it or don't have a way to see it though, you'll see it on the broadcast on some point in time here. But it's huge, but the water did not flood the entire like all the way up to the rails or anything. Now some of it did, like the lower parts there though, but it did not like if you see the pictures though, it flooded it enough to where trust me, it was a total loss. But what happened though is um the levee there broke. See, they had a levee right in front of it there though. But here's the thing though, is I'm not saying they didn't care about the park. They cared about more of New Orleans, so which guys, come on, the residents. So I'm with them on that part too. I would too. But so, but the levees when it broke down ended up being more water than any of the town actually could sustain though. So don't think it just was Six Flags and like, oh, it's ruined, bless his heart. And I think, guys, a lot of people lost their homes, including the former mayor too. Now his group, as of right now, I do think if they didn't own it though, I think they're the group they're going with to put something there on the grounds though. I've not heard nothing, guys. I was trying to get an updated story to put at the end of all this, so but it's called when I do find out, I'll let you guys know, kind of thing. So no worries on that part. Is but I'm thinking I'm probably getting a little ahead of myself here though, but I'm just kind of giving you the now and the back. Trust me, we will go back and discuss individually every little single ride down to the bolt. I promise. So you guys will get plenty of this. But when it was Jazzland, Megazeth was actually a wooden roller coaster though, but still they added. I definitely think because everything where they have hurricanes down there a lot, off the ocean and everything though, everything is pretty much hurricane protected in a way, if that makes sense. Is it doesn't mean it always all the time will work, but there you go. That's why a lot of these coasters and stuff are still standing to this day. And people's like, "Oh, I can't believe that," and everything. No, well, if they looked up, I'm not saying they're, they're no. It's just it specifically says, a lot of noise. They built them to withstand hurricanes. So now that doesn't mean every single ride there was all we're guaranteed. Let's just fire it right back up. Now they did say in 2012, back in 12, they were going to try to open it back up. At least that one roller coaster one. I don't know what they were planning on doing with it, but it never did succeed though. But to hear them say that means that there is some hope for Megazeth. And now the Jester, I'm not really familiar with the Jester. I know it's an inverted ride. What I mean by inverted is it has two heels. From my look though, it pulls you up or it backs you up though, or pulls you up though, or it kind of. I've never really seen it in action though. I think it showed it there though, but they just said it didn't get a lot of ratings. But it has the both sides there, or at least it's one side there. It goes from one side to the other side. It's got a big kind of curved inward, um, kind of flip there because kind of looks inverted in though. I mean, if I'm misinforming it here though, when you see the pictures, you know what I'm talking about. But that is called the Jester there though. Now they did have more. They had like three or four, actually about I think about five or six of them. But when Six Flags uh, handed the park back over to the city. Now, my big belief here is Six Flags would have been deep in debt or whatnot, though, no matter what they liked it or not, though, if it hadn't have been for the hurricane or it may have flooded the park. Because I think if it hadn't withstanded the damage that it did, see, guys, I think that's the only reason they got out of it. I know you guys probably agree with me on that one. The only reason they got out of it is it was a total loss. They didn't want to do this and that and everything. No, and they probably got tired of them whining or whatever. I mean, I hate to say that though, guys, but Paramount Amusements or whatever they took over the Six Flags. Guys, I mean, I don't know what they were before, but I know now, guys, they are not. Don't trust them. I'm serious. If you own a park or something, do not trust them because it's like I'm not saying they're not when they're dedicated. They're dedicated. Oh yeah, they are. Don't get me wrong. But when something happens to the park or they're losing a little bit of money, guys, every time they did to Kingdom, they'll back out, and that kind of rolls me this part though. Grow up, like it's time to grow up, guys. Um, but the one big thing on New Orleans though, and what makes it such a brute compared to everybody else, is it's withstand water damage, it's withstand hurricane winds. Even though it was a tropical storm, it still was hurricane like winds and everything. And even though it's got all kinds of ugly growing on it, it's got crocodiles, got big crocs down there, snakes down there too. Though is you still got two roller coasters and the sky coaster too. Um, Still up and proud, basically saying, "Hey guys, if I could talk, here it is. Listen to me. I'm here. Do what you got to do though. Fire me back up. I'm serious." And you guys take a look at the pictures there, and you could just probably feel those coasters saying, "Hey, what's going on here?" They may look eerie, looking at everything too, though is, but they're still standing. Not many parks than these older parks, which New Orleans, Chippewa Lake, things like that too, though, is because look at those rides. I thought the biggest coaster was gone. Then back in 2020, a guy that knew the family, I guess, he knew the family, so he was all good anyway. And everything like too, though, he went back and guys, the big coaster still was standing. Most of it was. I didn't even know it was there. I mean, I guess because all the trees was in the way. So these old coasters, these brutes. I mean, I'm telling you out there, I even kind of gave it a oomph there. These brutes, they're not going to go anywhere unless they're meant to go. That's all I got to say about that, though. I'm going to take a quick break, though, and we'll come back with the talk of Mega Zeph. Big old brute there. A lot more bigger brute than I think it is always. And The Jester may have a little bit of there, but hey, she's still standing though, isn't she? So there you go. And the Sky Coaster though got some more rides in there within, I think there too though. But Six Flags did take a lot of them out though. But I'm trying to give it the much as I can remember though of the Jazzland talk first, so and then we'll go into the Six Flags because there for about 2 or 3 years, guys. Don't let them fool you though. They actually had they brought the Looney Tunes and everything, But we'll talk about that here in just a little bit though. But first, we're going to take a big music break here for you guys. So hope you're enjoying the show. Only on NDS Radio, BK QQ.
Center of attention, they all want some. I'm like fire, hot as the sun. The dance floor is burning, call 911. Hands on my body, I'm loving the heat, but it won't come easy, nothing's for free. If you want me, then prove it, baby. Ooh, I just wanna party all night long. Ooh, I do it all for fun. Don't need your love, I'm a sinner. Let my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner. Let my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner. I'm so sorry if I've let you down, but I'm so high that I can't calm down. Sweat on my body, hands to the sky. Ooh, I just wanna party all night long. Ooh, I do it all for fun. Don't need your love, I'm a sinner. Let my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner. Let my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner. I'm a I'm a sinner. Let my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner. Let my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner.
Yes, I was an easy one to fool. Blue, white, and blonde, just a regular tool. But some things you just don't realize. Even though they're happening right in front of your eyes. I'm not even sure just what went wrong. All I know, I've stayed here for too long. Some tears are a sign Sometimes even gold can rust. Some flags will suddenly change colors, and that's what makes it hard to know just what to trust. And even gold can rust. Now I'm slowly building up again. Got new neighbors, finding some new friends. I think it even does me good to take this time alone. I'm pretty sure it's better than just staring at the phone. I'm not even sure just what went wrong. All I know, I've stayed here for too long. Some tears are softer than others. Sometimes even gold can rust. Some flags will suddenly change color. That's what makes it hard to know just what to trust. When all that you believed has turned to dust, even gold can rust. Some tears are softer than others. Sometimes even gold can rust. Some flags will suddenly change color. That's what makes it hard to know just what to trust. When all that you believe has turned to dust, still you keep on keeping on because you must. Even gold can rust.
You're listening to India's Radio. DJ Nate here on BKQQ. So, we got a little bit of info here on the Mega Zeph that we're talking about New Orleans Six Flags down there. So, it was part of what's called a Pontchartrain Beach. There we go. It's kind of really hard to say. Um, and so basically, what it was is it was a form of jazzland and things like that. They were wanting to upgrade it or modify it there. But it says the rides include Megazeth, a wooden roller coaster track built on steel frame to prevent termite infestation and withstand hurricane force winds. So there we go. So see, it was built on a metal frame. Um, so basically, I think what it is though is the track and stuff was metal though. I think maybe the planks were probably wood too though, but the whole frame I do believe though was metal to withstand hurricane winds. So the intent to rebuild Zephyra or Zeph there. It was a small roller coaster, so idea was scrapped in favor of current larger Mega Zeph. So what they want to do is they want to make it even bigger than it was, but where it was a smaller roller coaster though, and I think they may have ran out of land there too, though, because when they were what they do is they were going to acquire more land. Well, when Six Flags got it, I think that actually ended up happening. Um, I do believe though because they were able to fit more rides in there as is though. Now a lot of these roller coasters in these amusement parks, um, especially the inverted ones. I found yesterday I was watching the one on one up in um I'm trying to think of the name of it though. It I watched so many of these things, trust me guys. But I think it was up there at Adventureland up there, the amusement park though. Um and what it is it was a uh roller coaster that was called a Giga roller coaster. A Giga roller coaster is any roller coaster that's taller than 300 feet. A mega roller coaster like Son of Beast and all that is more than exceeds 200 feet. So this was called the Intimidator 305. So the Intimidator 305 was built in honor of the former um, uh, Dale Earnhardt. I mean, common sense if you see it. It's got the front end of the car there is his actual number though, but the Intimidator 305 is called a Giga roller coaster. It exceeds. It's like I think it's 305, maybe like 318 out there though, but it's over 300 feet. The top part is up. Now in these roller coasters, which I'm not saying that a Giga idea was what they were because the Gigas didn't exist. Trust me, guys, they didn't. Giga roller coasters have only come out since I think definitely in the 21st century, like the 2000s. I think actually maybe an up though, but what I mean by the idea was just fresh, I think. Now you can go to about almost every other, amusement park, though, and you'll either see a Mega or a Giga roller coaster now, almost guaranteed. Now, when it comes to Mega Zeph, I do believe that was a Mega. I mean, I'll hence the name, though. I don't know. I think it may have been close to 200, though, but they may have raised it because I know Son of Beast was, coming in a whopping 218, and that was a Mega roller coaster. Um, Also a hybrid too. They also call 'em hybrids too. Um, so you got your mega hybrid slash hybrid, whatever though, then your gigas. Well, um, I've seen one that we talked about yesterday go definitely a kick in. It goes over to 456 feet in the air, but it's not your standard roller coaster either. It's just got I think it's got the rest of the track there though, but the highest point you just don't go climb up a hill. No, you shoot at 100 miles an hour, go up, over, around on the other side though. So when it comes to uh that type of roller coaster, the Ginga Khan there, um, is what is the only way it got 400 feet, which technically now yeah it is because that big old hump they got you got to go up there. Now does that are they cheating or anything? No, technically not. Technically not. No. So a lot of these Giga roller coasters you'll see now. Which trust me, if New Orleans was still going on, I almost can guarantee as I'm sitting in this chair right now, though, they'd have a Giga or a couple of Gigas there by now. Because most of the Gigas ones you see though are at Six Flags facilities. Um, Great America, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Great America up there is actually the one I do believe is got the Intimidator 305. I might have to check on that one though, but I'm pretty sure that is though. Now they also have another one which is kind of funny if you ask me though, because they're both these are Six Flags facilities, but because so they're basically in fights for themselves in a way. There is a Millennium Force up there too. It's a Giga as well. Um, it comes in at a two three. Oh, it's three. I think maybe it's about the same size. I do believe actually, but it's a little bit more smoother than Intimidator 305 though. But they did some modifications on Intimidator, and I think they've kind of made them out though. But I believe everybody does. You got these uh, amusement park goers. Technically, I guess I am one too. But kind of making these predictions. Well, here's my prediction of Six Flags New Orleans if it never did close down. is they would have a Giga roller coaster. It wouldn't be Mega Zeph. It'd still be one of their coasters. I mean, don't get me wrong, some signature ones though, but I do believe right where Jester's at, they would replace that one with either a version of Intimidator 305 or another type of Giga roller coaster. Um, because all these facilities are in battle, basically like Battle of the Bands. It's like Battle of the Amusements in a way, though. So when it comes to Mega Zeph being like the old granddaddy of them all kind of thing, there though is it is. Don't let anybody fool you because it is. It was there when Jazzland was there. Now Jazzland when they're running Jazzland though, it looked pretty interesting to me. I mean, it did though. It ran right up to the actual 2000 is when it ran. Or no, my bad. It started at 2000. It ran up to 2002. There we go though, because then Six Flags picked up 2002, went on to 2005. Um, so I corrected myself there. So when it was Jazzland for those 1 or 2 years there, they were getting pretty good. The manager, the manager's there, he still lives down there. Trust me, they still talk about this day. I mean, who really doesn't? I'd love to go enjoy actually to go down and see it, but with the security right now though, and I think they have a right to do that because the city owns it. But when it was Jazzland, it was one of your, even though they claim it back in the day, but guys, it was only back 2000. So they pretty much were the foothold of Six Flags. So Six Flags comes in, and guys, they didn't have bad intentions at all. I mean, they brought in Bugs Bunny, all the Looney Tune gang. They would have bands playing there. What the manager was saying, they would have Megas Jeff be running full blast. They had the Jester they brought with them. And one out there though, because I do believe the Jester was one of six. Yeah, it was one of Six Flags signature rides of Six Flags. But the reason they ended up leaving it is it wasn't salvageable to their knowledge or to their standards and things like that too. Though neither was the Megazef, because to be honest with you guys, if those rides were salvageable, where Six Flags owned it, you wouldn't be able to see remains of the park all day. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm flat out saying it, unless you flew a drone up, because the only way you can see it now though is the Sky Coaster. You know it's still there. The Sky Coaster, Jester, and Megazef. That's the only reasons you know it's still abandoned and still technically still a amusement park is those three rides. Signature rides there, basically up in there going, "Hey, I'm still here. Don't." Because if it's not, all of the other flat rides and things of Jazzland and Six Flags and all that though, where there's a flat and everything's grown up and everything though, it'd be like a wasteland. I'm guaranteed you let everybody tell you that that's exactly what it'd be. It'd be flat because the buildings and stuff. Unless you're flying a drone, you can't see them. That's how much it's grown up around there though. So Jester, Megazef, and the Sky Coaster are the only signature things you could see from a car, at least, there to at least tell you, hey, Six Flags abandoned over here though. I'm here. What's up? Kind of thing. So that's the only way you can do that though. So going to talk more on some maybe the buildings they had there too though coming up. We're going to have the little bit of music to play again. So to kind of keep the vibe going here though. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the SpongeBob ride. It's actually 3D or 4D ride type thing though. You sit in the seat though, and then it's just got a screen there though. But it's pretty cool ride though. But it's what's the remnants of it left there though. It's kind of sad looking though. But we'll talk more on that coming up here at the break though. So only on here, only on NDS Radio, BKQQ.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up, way up, way up. On track, now we gon' way up, way up. Now we gon' way up, now we going. On track, now we gon' way up, way up. Now we gon' way up, now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up, way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up, way up. Now we gon' way up, now we going. On track, now we gon' way up, way up. Now we gon' way up, we going.
Listening to DS Radio, BKQQ, DJ Nate here in the back. Let me just go ahead and talk about a little bit about it though, because I know I about usually have an hour though. Not saying it is a time limited thing though, but I kind of want to do it a little low right now though, not jump into like a bunch of hours and all that though until I actually feel kind of up to par though. So I am being smart. Don't worry about that part though. So we've been talking about Six Flags New Orleans, right? The abandoned tragic amusement side of the well, to be honest with you, one of the few worlds here, guys. They got them over Japan too, though. But I'm going to talk about SpongeBob the Ride. Now, used to watch SpongeBob all the time though, until it kind of got a little political here and there though. But that's not. But I used to watch it myself though. But SpongeBob the Ride. I mean, I didn't even know there was even such thing as it until I actually watched some of these things. But it's like a 3D, 4D type ride. Basically means you sit in a seat, kind of like you do some of the other theaters, kind of simulators and all that. And then I guess it just I don't really don't know what it mainly did though, because where Six Flags is kind of only there literally a short period of time they're running, but it's kind of like one of just basic standard. You sit in a seat though, and of course the seats move to whatever SpongeBob or whoever is doing something there in the uh, kind of movie type thing there. So they had that one too. They had bumper cars. I mean, what place do they don't have bumper cars? I think they said they even had a carousel there too. I know Chippewa Falls even or Chippewa Lake even had one of those too, though. But it's just the remnants of these um, uh, carousels. I don't know if Six Flags actually took it though, but it's not there anymore. I think they may have done that or tore it out. But I know they have a swings ride there though. One of the signature things you see on not just the movie, but the different parts there though. But the problem with swings are gone. Um, I think the city or Six Flags, whoever cleaned it up there did that for safety reasons, but there's still bumper cars there. I know that technically the movie, everything know there was had these two urban explorers, which I mean I know that even though if they did it legally though, they were doing it legally when he was making the movie. I know that part though, but they were sitting on the actual bumper cars there, talking there. So yeah, the bumper cars are still there. Remnants of the buildings though are very little, guys, because where they the water line was in there. I know that it just destroyed a lot of stuff. So the company, I think, when they were had all these ideas, something like, you can tell they gutted a lot of stuff out there. So a lot of the buildings have been gutted out. I know for a fact, no matter what they're going to do with it, they're eventually going to be tore down or at least fall down. One of the two there. Um, so uh, it's just it's one of those. It's just a sad kind of day. What I mean is, at least for me though, because I hate seeing a place like that. But it's not like I have the money or I own it myself to kind of go down there and just say, okay, here we go. Here's what we're doing. I can give my ideas. I'm sure. I'm sure you guys could too. But it's all about the green. It's all about that green, which is, I'm sorry, guys, it's nothing but a piece of paper that somebody just said, okay, here's what the value is going to be. You don't have this, you're not going to do it. I don't think they intended what we're doing today to matter with that piece of paper, though. I think they would cancel it. But a lot of these, a lot of these amusement parks, guys, are closed because of that piece of paper. I'm serious. I wish we could just turn that around. But Six Flags New Orleans, it's not that, oh, we'll miss it if they tear the whole thing down. It's not just that. It's every time somebody makes a video or something, puts it on there or whatnot, and you just see how bad it's gotten, even if it's a year between each other. It's sad. Um, Now I really wouldn't go unless there was somebody legal going there anyway, or we had protection, or the cops protect, or something though, because we have gators and stuff down around. I'm sorry, or snakes. Yes. Yeah, I know you do have to. I looked it up. You do have to have a piece of paper signed. You have to sign for them though. They're not responsible for anything that happens to you. That's about a standard thing. That's a sign. But and I think they said it costs $5,000 for 3 days to rent it, and I think that's the lowest they go too. It's five $3 to $5,000 is for 3 days. Um, Now the reason I say I couldn't afford that is I couldn't afford that plus the room, and I have to sit down there and everything else. Would I love to go see it? Yes. Oh yes, just give me yes. But I probably would end up going or seeing if I could try to catch a ride probably with um some of the other, explorers doing it legally, that is, um, like, Jake Williams or somebody, so, I don't think he knows me or knows me at all. I know him enough to probably have that kinda thing going either, so but, I mean, if you guys can do it, I mean, legally, not illegally, you know, then, I would try to do it before they tear the whole thing down because it sounds to me like they got good intentions for it, though, but for some odd reason, I don't know why, is make it another amusement park, guys. That's what the ground. It's almost like I'm not saying holy ground, but like it's almost like sacred ground for amusement park because that's all it's ever known. That ground. It's all it's ever known as amusement park. So, but I don't know what's coming on with it. I'll try to look up even tonight if they've got any updates about it at all. So, but we're gonna take another break. And when we come back from the break, we'll talk more of some more signature rides that I'm trying to think that are still around there. Most of the rides I mentioned earlier, though, they're not. Don't look like they're there, so they probably took them out. I'm not saying the city did, but Six Flags because when Six Flags bought it, guys, they automatically inherited every one of the rides. They all were theirs. So when they turned it back over, they pretty much sold it back to the city. So that's how they do that thing. But when we come back, we'll talk more about some rides. Maybe even the Sky Coaster. I'm familiar about a few of those things though. They're really really fun. They can be really dangerous at times too. We just got two big cables suspended on you though, but we might just talk about something like that though, and then I would talk more about the Jester guys, but I don't know really much about that one. I don't think I do though. Batman the ride though is at another facility I think to this day though, but it's not really popular. But they had Joker's Revenge there too, but Six Flags took that out when they left though. So we'll talk about a few more things when we get back here. Um, and hope you guys are enjoying the abandoned talk here though, only on NDS Radio. BK. QQ.
Everybody, move your body. is a dream, too good to be true. What I feel for you, is it all just a fantasy? I know it's true, I'm sure it's for real. And whatever I feel, I know you feel the same way too. From the second when your eyes caught mine, there ain't a single thread of doubt in my mind. And it's like I've always known you. I've been waiting for this moment and for you, only you. Through space and time, two souls aligned. We weave this dream together, a love that lasts forever. Heavenly bliss, I could die from your kiss. Our love will last forever, even death won't ever do us part. Two hearts collide when I drown in your eyes. I sigh when you sigh. I know all my fears aside, raptured by you, and you give it to me. 'Cause we don't wanna be free. You are mine and I belong to you. I always knew I'd feel this way, and I will love you to the end of days. It's like you've always known me, and I've been longing for this moment with you. Through space and time, two souls alive. We weave this dream together, a love that lasts forever. Heavenly bliss, I could die from your kiss. Our love will last forever, even death won't ever do us part. Even death won't do us part. Through space and time, two souls align. We weave this dream together, a love that lasts forever. Heavenly bliss, I can die from your kiss. Our love will last forever, even death won't ever do us part. Even death won't do us part.
You're listening to DS Radio, BKQQ, DJ Nate here. So, we've been talking about Six Flags New Orleans. The tragic sight, as we usually say anymore, that I think probably could have been salvaged, but I'm not one with the money either, though. So, we've been talking about a lot of the rides that I've been seeing. The only remnants of the rides still there are that I can see though is Sky Coaster, Jester, and the Mega Zeph. So now the Mega Zeph, I understand though, back in 2012 or 13, there they did redo it, like redid a lot of it though for Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters, is what I could claim to say though. So I believe Mega's F actually has some more oomph though to it though. Do I believe it would fire that up? More likely, probably would. Probably it would probably need another train probably in it though to replace the one that's there though. But even some of the rails that I actually saw on some of the new pictures and everything, though, I think they redone those as well. And if that's the case, then he's ready to fire up. What all is, but it really depends on what the city wants to do with the remnant site there. So, a lot of the buildings, like to be honest with you, a lot of them hasn't even fallen in. Some of them actually, most of them actually to this day, I think are still standing though, but they've been gutted out. So you walk in and you're not gonna find much there, just other than the building, without itself there though. But um, from what I'm hearing, no, it's inhabited with a lot of snakes and crocodiles now. So I think it'd be a little too dangerous even to go in there. And plus, with the city police and the but from what I'm hearing, though, it's getting real expensive on the city or that part that's supposed to be a get over it because they have to pay the police and the security guards there pretty much all year round to protect it though. But I mean, what do you expect? I mean, they got to get paid. So I really can't sit here and tell you exactly. Just my opinion, I think the more longer they wait, the more they're just gonna have to just give it up. Just let whatever happens to it happens in a way. If there's urban explorers, let them explore. I mean, but of course, it's one of those things that they'll have to sign a paper every time they do it, so they're not responsible or whatever though. But so it's just I don't know. I wish that it could fire up again. I'm not from there. I've always been from Kentucky, but guys, it happened to us here too. We had a park of all parks, the kingdom, that was abandoned for about probably 3 or 4 years. It got abandoned back in 2009, I believe. There as Six Flags pulled the stunt again, and it always up till 14. Ed Hart had to come back in and just basically save it again. I don't think we'd be anywhere without him. So, and then the Herschel Group coming up, like I mentioned just the other day, the Herschel Group going to fire it back up today. Actually, April 30th. Yes, boys. April 30th fires back up for the first time in years, whatever though, because of COVID and everything. So, if you guys chance got to go, get you all a ticket. If I were you, I'd go ahead and prepay the ticket to actually go. They're only going to do it on weekends all the way up to I think July, mid there. But I did look on the schedule there in July. They'll be firing up all the days. What they're probably just finishing rides up or something. Who knows? But great group there. A group actually, I would think they'd do great down at Six Flags New Orleans. I don't know. They'd be able to bring it back to life though. But it's also about what the land is worth, and I do believe it's 3.3 million is what the insurance actually priced them, and I think that's what the city is actually asking for it. It is up for sale, or unless it's been paid for already, though. But they have to be in agreement if your idea is good for them, though. Um, what that actually means is in this actual thing, though, is even though you lease it, that's what the land they're going to charge you is like I think that covers all of, the 75 somewhat years or something like that, though. I'm not really sure about that, though. But, gonna take another break real quick, though. We got just about 4 minutes left on the hour here. So, probably just gonna finish with some music for you guys, though. But we'll continue back tomorrow, don't worry. I said it's gonna be like a 2-day thing. I'll talk more about it. I'll look up some more rides tonight, see more history on it. We'll finish it up tomorrow, and then we'll probably go on to SeaWorld and actually in Ohio, though, it's no longer there, but the history of it, though, I didn't even know that, guy until somebody mentioned it. So, then we'll go back into that, though, as our little, next couple days abandoned journey here, and then we'll go back into the ones that are still running today, though. So just be back here in a little bit, only on NDS Radio, BKQQ.
Savior, where are you now? I'm waiting here. Symphonies with lullabies. Savior, I'll stay inside the lines. Don't worry. unwind. I'm waiting here. Relieve me from my worried mind. Bright nights, everlasting dark some days. Bright nights, and wearing the stain you made on me. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait for the bright nights to lead my way through the maze. Through the maze. Savior, where are you now? I'm waiting here. Sing for me sweet lullabies. Bright nights, everlasting dark some days. Bright nights, and wearing the stain you made on me. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait for the bright nights to lead my way through the maze.
You're listening to NDS Radio, BKQQ, DJ Nate here. Well, that's it for me today. I'm out of time. So we're going to come back tomorrow, finishing up New Orleans, Six Flags down there, and then go into SeaWorld in Ohio there. I'll look more up on it tomorrow, too, though. Abandoned facility up there, though. But I do believe they're turning it into something else up there, though. But kind of shocked to hear that SeaWorld was up there, though. But it's kind of cool at the same time, too, though. So, we'll get in more of that tomorrow, though, as we finish up Six Flags New Orleans tomorrow, though. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, though. Beautiful evening, though, by the way. It got up to 69 degrees, I do believe, today, and it got sunny there, though. So enjoy all the rest of your evening, though, and I'll be back right here around the same time, or try to be there again tomorrow, though, with a two-parter again, to the 2 hour talk of the finishing up the Six Flags New Orleans and then go into SeaWorld of Ohio there. So you guys have a good evening. Really appreciate you guys listening there. And DJ Nate signing off. NDS Radio, BKQQ.